Lesson 37, area of a triangle and rectangular area, part 2. So the area of a triangle is basically half the area of a parallelogram. So every triangle, if you put two of them side by side, you could make a parallelogram. And a parallelogram is base times height. So we can take our base, multiply it by the height, and then divide by 2. Or we could divide one of those by 2 first and multiply by the other. So the one thing that you have to remember about the height of a triangle is it always has to be perpendicular to the base. So if you don't have a right triangle, then you're going to have to find the height that is perpendicular to the base. So the height is always perpendicular to the base, or the height always comes down to the opposite side at a 90-degree angle. So if we had an acute triangle, if this is considered the base, we would need to drop an altitude, so straight down needs to be perpendicular. This length would be the height. If we had a obtuse triangle, if this is the base, the height will have to come straight down from the opposite vertex and this length would be the height. A lot of times you'll see dotted lines across out from the base. That's just so you can extend it out and see where the 90-degree angle is. The base is still the length of this solid line that's part of the triangle. So if we had an example here, if the base here was 5 and the height was 10, we could find the area of this triangle by doing base times height and divide it by 2. And we would get 50 divided by 2, or 25 units squared. Okay, we're going to do an example with this rectangle. So draw a big rectangle here. And then we'll draw a diagonal through. We know the base of the rectangle is 12 centimeters and the width is 4 centimeters. So if we want to find the area of the rectangle, if I just draw a little picture of a rectangle here, that is just base times height. So in this case, 12 centimeters times 4 centimeters, which equals 48 centimeters squared. And if I wanted to find the area of this triangle, I can use the 12 and 4 because they're perpendicular to each other. So it's going to be the 48 centimeters squared divided by 2, because it's going to be half of this rectangle, which will be 24 centimeters squared. And that's all we're going to write for notes. We're going to go ahead and do some practice. Set.